Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. Today's topic, why do these 10 American states have the highest poverty rates? Stay tuned if you are curious about these places. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel before proceeding to the video. If you are ready, let's get started. Number 10, Texas. In Texas, 14% of the population is poor. Despite the vast expanse of Texas, there are regions where the problem of unemployment is pervasive. Certain locations have particularly high unemployment rates. Economic downturns in sectors such as agriculture, energy, and development have increased unemployment throughout the state. Inequalities in access to education and employment opportunities limited to low-income groups are two other factors contributing to Texas' growing needs. Large states like Texas are often hotspots for migration. While this can increase the number of jobs available, it can also affect the distribution of local wealth and unemployment rates. In a state as large and diverse as Texas, these factors are high on the list of causes of poverty. Number 9, New York City. In New York City, 14.3% of the population is poor. The cost of living in New York is high, especially in the metropolitan areas. Food, housing, and other basic needs come at a high price. Families with modest incomes may find it difficult to meet these costs. In large metropolitan areas such as New York, wage disparities are very pronounced. The differences between high-paying and low-paying locations affect the prevalence of homelessness. There may be problems with unemployment, especially in some places. Differences in certain word-related groups, such as those working in the service sector, especially travel and restaurants, may affect the unemployment rate. Transition and establishment. Large metropolitan areas are often used as relocation sites. This can lead to unequal distribution of community resources and exacerbate problems of unemployment and poverty in some areas. These elements are significant contributors to New York State's high poverty rate. Number 8, Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, 15.7% of the population is poor. Oklahoma and other states may be financially dependent on other regions. Changes in industries such as agriculture, energy, and manufacturing can lead to wage problems and unemployment. Regions with lower levels of education tend to have lower levels of employment and wages. Differences in educational acceptance can affect employment opportunities and increase dependency. Certain locations may have high housing costs or limited access to affordable housing. For low-income families, housing problems can prolong their need. These factors are among the primary causes of Oklahoma's high dependency rates. Number 7, Alabama. In Alabama, 16.2% of the population is poor. Unemployment rates can be very high in some parts of Alabama. Unemployment can increase the rate of poverty, especially in the modern or horticultural sectors. In addition, poverty and the struggle of low-wage families to find employment are directly related. Affordable housing may be difficult to obtain, or vagrancy may be evident. Low-income families' housing problems contribute to their persistent poverty. Adequate social assistance programs. An important factor in the fight against poverty is the availability of social assistance programs or the difficulty in accessing them. These are some of the major factors contributing to Alabama's high poverty rates. Number 6, Kentucky. In Kentucky, 16.5% of the population is poor. The mining of coal and other natural resources in modern locations is essential to Kentucky's economy. Fluctuations in these areas affect the unemployment rate and increase the likelihood of impoverishment. Wage misfortune and unemployment are particularly caused by changes in the energy sector. Vagrancy is an issue in Kentucky, and access to decent housing is limited. For low-income families, housing problems exacerbate their ongoing deprivation. Declining regular assets or shifts in their use create irregular financial characteristics and impact unemployment rates in places like Kentucky. A number of these factors are important contributors to Kentucky's high rates of poverty. Number 5, Arkansas. In Arkansas, 16.8% of the population is poor. Wage inequality exists throughout Arkansas. In particular, the prevalence of low-wage jobs and wage disparities increase the rate of poverty. Industry and horticulture are the main sources of income in Arkansas. Instability or decline in demand in certain areas leads to unemployment and financial hardship, which exacerbates poverty. Arkansas's high rate of destitution can be attributed in part to its low income levels, its horticultural and industrial-based economy, and its lack of access to health and education services. Number 4. New Mexico. In New Mexico, 17.6% of the population is poor. Due to its proximity to the Mexican border, New Mexico is a state with a large foreign-born population. Outsiders often settle in these areas in search of financial opportunities, although they may have difficulty finding jobs and obtaining education. This widens the wage gap and affects business openings. Often, low-paying jobs, which often have low wage levels, are filled by travelers. There are differences in the level of education and access to health services among travelers. Low levels of education and limited access to health services can lead to dependency. These factors, along with the state's tourist population and strategic location, help explain some of the high rates of dependency in New Mexico. Number 3, West Virginia. In West Virginia, 18% of the population is poor. In general, the coal industry has played an important role in West Virginia. However, shifts in environmental concerns and energy interests have hurt the coal industry and led to job losses. This has increased the number of unemployed people and caused poverty. The decline of the coal industry has exacerbated the unemployment problem. This has been one of the main factors affecting the financial instability and impoverishment of the area. These factors contribute to some of the causes of West Virginia's high rates of poverty. Number 2, Louisiana. In Louisiana, 18.6% of the population is poor. The state of Louisiana is often the scene of catastrophic events. Especially in this area, storms and floods bring material disasters and vagrancy. These tragedies exacerbate expectations for daily luxuries and financial stability, increasing poverty. Workplace problems and unemployment. In Louisiana, unemployment rates are higher, and hardship is greater when there's instability or a decline in available jobs in certain areas. Disparities in educational attainment shape the composition of the labor force and perpetuate poverty. These factors help explain some of Louisiana's high poverty rates. Number 1, Mississippi. In Mississippi, 19.1% of the population is poor. The state of Mississippi faces unique challenges in the fight against homelessness. The current situation is based on a few essential components. The state's poor educational performance affects the composition of its workforce. Inadequate education results in fewer talented jobs, increasing wage disparities and impacting homelessness rates. Access to health care can be problematic in some poor areas. Lack of health insurance or limited access to wellness programs can prolong poverty by increasing the cost of medical problems. Mississippi is known for high unemployment rates and pronounced financial inequality. Limited job availability and instability in certain neighborhoods can increase rates of need. These factors help explain some of Mississippi's high need rates. In this video, we looked at the 10 states with the highest poverty rates in the U.S. and explored the reasons for the high poverty rates in these regions. Each state has its own unique problems and fascinating aspects. Inequalities in education, unemployment, transportation, and many other factors influence why some states have such high poverty rates. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. See you in the next video.